Toronto's Division of Crime Stoppers is home to about 10,000 tips. They go through there every year, and every single one is completely anonymous. For example, the caller ID is deactivated, so investigators have no idea who's on the other end. This program is now marking 35 years, and after a very violent 2018, there is going to be a Crime Stoppers push to try to crack down on the code of silence.
The information that we're getting in and turning over to the police are things like murders and gun crimes and sexual assaults and human trafficking. You name it, it's coming into us.
You can reach Crime Stoppers at 416-222-8477 or online at 222tips.com.
222-TIPS. It's a catchy number most of us know by heart, and over the last 35 years, tens of thousands of Torontonians have actually dialed it. Since 1984, investigators have fielded over 156,000 tips that came in by phone, email, website, or app. That information has led to 11,000 arrests, 38,000 charges laid, and $315 million in drugs taken off our streets. And over the years, tipsters have been rewarded.
Crime Stoppers will pay you if your information leads to an arrest.
We've approved and handed out hundreds of thousands of dollars in the city of Toronto. Globally, I would probably say it's even in the millions.
We hear a lot about, a code of silence when it comes to shootings and gang violence. Are you getting tips on those cases, on those incidents?
Absolutely, we are, yeah.
But with a record number of murders and shootings on our streets in 2018, there was no spike in the average number of 10,000 tips a year. Toronto's deputy police chief says in 2019 there will be a Crime Stoppers push with hopes of cracking the code of silence.
The neighbour officers are now being told this is the first thing that we want to communicate to the communities. Make sure they understand. We're going back to the schools. It's not a snitch. I want to say to the world. I want to say to certain people that say that this is a snitch program. This is not a snitch program. When you call Crime Stoppers, you are in fact enhancing community safety for the city of Toronto.
Toronto is the second city in Ontario to launch Crime Stoppers.
He then grabbed a bag, ran outside, and got into a car which was parked directly in front of the bank.
And back in 1985, City TV was the first news outlet to partner with the program, creating weekly crime reenactments.
She was grabbed from behind, pulled to the bottom, and confronted by two men.
If you have any information, call Crime Stoppers at 222-8477. That's 222-TIPS.
And to this day, high-profile cases that make the news still generate the most number of tips.
There is that code of silence. There is that stigma of not calling Crime Stoppers or being a rat. Our program for 35 years, that should speak for itself, that we've been able to protect as many people as we have who have called into Crime Stoppers over a 35-year period without any incident. Should speak volumes to people to want to call in to Crime Stoppers.
Crime Stoppers takes all tips in all languages. Remember, with Crime Stoppers, you stay anonymous. The criminals don't.
Well, investigators couldn't give us specific violent crimes that were solved by Crime Stoppers information because they do have to protect the tipsters' information. I am being told that anything that has to do with kids and animals also generates a lot of tips. Now, for more information on how to contact Crime Stoppers, you can find it on our website, citynews.ca.